Hello, my name is Melissa Daniels and I have strabismus. Strabismus is when your eyes are not pointing in the same direction, usually because your brain doesn't know how to use them together. And in this channel, I talk a lot about the physical aspect of strabismus and how to fix it, whether it's surgery or vision therapy and eye exercises. But equally important and usually more of a issue for people is the emotional impact of strabismus. And that is what we're going to talk about in this video, is just how it affects us emotionally and mentally when you have strabismus. Before we jump into that, make sure to go over to learn.strabismussolutions.com. I have a lot of great resources over there. One of my favorites right now is the community that we are just getting started with. It is a group where you can get help with the physical, emotional, mental, all of the different parts of strabismus. You can connect with other people who actually get what's going on. So really excited about it. Make sure to check that out. You can also book a Zoom call with me, take the free quiz, so many different resources. So be sure to go check that out at learn.strabismussolutions.com. And I will put a link in the description because I know it's a bit of a mouthful. I created my website over 4 years ago, and since then I have been able to connect and talk to so many different people with strabismus, people from all over the world, people of all different ages. I think the youngest person that I've been able to talk to was a 4-year-old, and he was darling. So I have really gotten to know a lot of different people that are dealing with strabismus. And one thing that is for sure is that each one of us deals with a physical part of strabismus, but there is an emotional impact from having strabismus, from having lived with it and suffered with the vision. There are parts that are coming because of the way we look. That's part of it. And part of it is the way we see, the way we view the world. Both of those are going to have a huge effect on our emotional and just how we develop and how our brain sees the world is majorly affected by strabismus. So I wanted to talk about some of the patterns that I have noticed as I have talked to these different people. And you might have thought that it was just you. And I'm doing this so that you can see that there are so many other people that are having the exact same struggles. And this is probably because coming from your vision, at least partially. First, I'm just going to go with the most obvious one, is self-esteem. When you look different than other people and your eyes are not pointing straight, most of us were teased or made fun of at least once, and most people quite frequently. And when you are teased over and over again, that is going to affect self-esteem. A lot of people have learned ways to get over it as they, age and they go into adulthood. There's different defense mechanisms, but there is that issue where there are things. I had someone tease me about it for the first time in forever a couple weeks ago, and it was like teasing out of love, right? It was not mean at all, just a little comment, and it hurts still. Like there's just still some things, like we attach a lot of worth to those eyes. Okay. Another one that I see so frequently is social withdrawal. There's just this fear of being judged, fearing of having to explain. It's like, I don't know what my eyes are going to be doing. What if I get too tired? What if I have a drink and my eye just starts doing stuff and someone asks? I'd rather just not go. I'd rather not talk to someone. I'm just going to leave my camera off on Zoom just in case, right? There's just that social withdrawal because it's like, it's easier than the alternative. And I see that so frequently that people just, it's like, it's too hard. I don't want to, and again, there's not judgment. I do the same thing. Like these are just things that come with it. Another one is avoiding eye contact. It really goes with the last one. It's like, it's so much easier if I just can kind of do this the whole time and then I don't have to worry about making eye contact. And that can be a struggle with connection. So again, emotional impact. A lot of people with strabismus they don't even link it to their vision. They just think they're just not as good as other people. And this might be because they weren't very good at ball sports or parking or driving in the rain or hammering a nail or putting in a screw, right? Like all of these different things they think. And I had a whole video about this a few videos ago about, 10 things that are more difficult when you have strabismus. So, go back and watch that. But the idea is that there's a lot of things that we struggle with because our vision is not, we don't have binocular vision that's working well. And so people don't realize it's related to their vision. So they're like, I'm just bad at stuff. I just am not smart. I'm not as smart as other people. I'm not as good as other people because I can't, put a nail in straight. And so that's just another, and then they'll attach it to other things like I'm probably not going to be a good cook either, and I'm probably not going to be a good parent, or all these different things. They're like, I just am not as good as other people in general, even though it's just like there's a few things that, yeah, you're not as good at, but that's because of your vision. It doesn't have any effect on your intelligence. Okay. Another one, and this one I feel like comes more from the actual vision, is anxiety. When your eyes are not working together, your depth perception is not as effective. And so there's a lot more like, where am I? I don't know. Like there's like, I don't know how far away that desk is. And so there's just a lot more anxiety. The body's response is, oh, I don't know for sure, like fight or flight. I don't know where I am. I think it'll be safer if I just like tighten up and just, and really don't take a lot of action, right? Like be scared. That's super, super common with strabismus because it's just, there's less information about where we are in space and in relation to other things. And our body physically responds to that to try to keep us safe. Another one I want to mention is just that when your eyes aren't working, your brain has to work so much harder, whether it's to try to suppress one eye or you have double vision and you're just constantly working to align your eyes. I know that for me, when I'm having a bad vision day, I am way more irritable. I'm like less patient and I'm so tired. I'm just really tired, right? And so I guess tired is like more of a physical impact, not emotional, but like it's there. It's really hard when you're working overtime all the time, just trying to make sense of your visual world. That is going to impact you with, just like, oh, your body's just like, I'm so tired of doing this all the time. And that is going to affect you emotionally. I also want to talk about some of the positives that I've seen because those are all kind of negative, right? Like I think most of us would agree that like those are not necessarily like emotional impacts that we're all like, oh yeah, I want that one. I want social withdrawal and anxiety, please. I'll take those. They're not necessarily things we would choose, but it is what it is, right? I've also seen so many of the similar traits of positive things that I see in these people. And they're maybe not as direct, but I definitely see a correlation. And one of them, these people are so empathetic. I do not get angry emails. Like people don't write me like mean emails and be like, you're an idiot, I hate your guts, right? Like I think some people that put themselves out there on YouTube or a website, they get a lot more negativity. I think maybe in 4 years I've gotten one like negative comment. Okay? These people are just kind. You guys are the nicest. And it's because you've been teased, you've been made fun of, you've had people be mean to you. And so you know what it's like and you don't do that to others. I think that's really cool. I think I'm lucky to be able to be with a community like this of just kind, empathetic people. I notice that these people have thick skin. They have been teased. They have had to work twice as hard as other people like in school. Like these people, they are tough. They're like, I'm going to go cry for a day and then I'm going to like move on. Like there's just like so much grit. And I love that. Just the hardworking, they can do anything. It's like, okay, I'm going to figure it out, right? You made it through school. Yeah, we had to read half as fast as everyone else and we still made it through. So there's, I see that so frequently. Another one is just funny. Like, I don't know if it's like because we have to develop a sense of humor to try to like get through the hard parts of all that emotional garbage. But I just have found some people that just make me laugh and that are just so much fun. And I think it's because they've had to learn to just not take things so seriously. Otherwise, it's too sad. Why am I doing this video? I want people to realize that you aren't alone, that this is hard. There are some hard things that come with having strabismus, and there's some amazing things. And one thing that makes it a lot easier is when you can connect to other people that are going through the exact same things. That is why I created the support community, because I know how impactful it can be to connect to other people. You start feeling so much less alone, and that feeling of like social withdrawal and thinking that you're less than others, those things start to dissipate and go away when you can kind of embrace what's going on and move forward. And that's what the community is all about. So come join us over there if you haven't already. And I'm just so excited to be connecting with these people. It is so much fun. I will see you guys in the next video. Let me know in the comments if you have emotional things that have been happening, like the impact on you, if it matches what I've said or if it's totally different and you think I'm way off. That's fine. Just not too mean. All right, we'll see ya. Have a good one.